is the first picture I ever drew. And that's what I always did. I drew pictures. I copied things out of comic books and then brought my own stuff to it, what I was into. Way up into high school. In high school, I was still a heavy reader, still into illustration. That's what I wanted to be. For anyone who knows, I wanted to be the next Frank Frazetta. So those are some paintings that I did when I was in high school. Still in high school, I got my first kind of job doing editorial cartoons for the Soul and Courier. And every 2 weeks, I wrote cartoons. And so there's some of the samples there. 1980, I graduated, went to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. 1980 BC, I like to tell people, before computers. That's an airbrush project, a cartoon with zipatone, drawings, an acrylic painting. 1982, after I graduated. Worked at Morgan Studio downtown in the historic Caxton building. Got to do all kinds of paste up and darkroom work and light setup and airbrush retouching and illustration. My next job was in 1985 at Studio Graphics in Chesterland. And we did all kinds of, everything up there is airbrushed. Those illustrations in the back, and you think, my gosh, how long it took to do things. 1987, I started freelancing with a good friend of mine, Jamie Lombardo. He's a member of CDPUG. And we did lots of illustrations for Dungeons and Dragons magazines and web comics and so forth. 1989, I'm still freelancing at Studio Graphics, but I'm moonlighting. This is my first freelance client, Donkerona Winery. Created this character, this wine bottle. I drew probably 300 of them. In 1990, still freelancing, still moonlighting, I started doing gig caricatures. I'm looking forward to that talk in July about the gig economy. That's what I do. I go to parties, draw caricatures. 93, the day after my daughter, who's here tonight, was born, I went in and quit my job at Studio Graphics. And these are some of the freelance work I was garnering during that time in the 90s. Continuing, a lot of sports stuff, a lot of radio stuff, a lot of magazine illustrations, package design. I wanted to be an illustrator. '93, still doing this. Actually, this is a little later. I was doing a lot more cartoon and comic work, selling comics to underground magazines, to the liberal weekly entertainment, political magazines. I was writing. I collected a whole file cabinet full of science fiction rejections. I was told, you'll have a good writing career in a couple of years, but the illustrations are too comic booky. So I took that and I went and started doing editorial cartoons in 1999 for the Chagrin Valley Times. Now I'm doing for 6 newspapers each week along 80 miles of Cleveland shoreline. 99, I moved out of the house and got my own business place. I didn't leave the house, I just took the business away. Became much more productive, and that was my office in Chagrin Falls. 2001, I started doing illustrations for a publisher of Christian theology magazines. I did about 1,500 illustrations for 15 books, all the way up to 2014. 2002, we started doing public art projects. Guitar Mania, the Asian community, Year of the Animal, whatever. That's a picture of my wife helping with one of the fire hydrants. In 2002, my wife got tired of carrying all the insurance benefits from her job at Solon Schools. I got a job teaching high school, teaching what we used to call vocational commercial art. And so there's Mr. Hill, the teacher. 2011, I started self-publishing comic books with a local comic genius, Gary Dumm. We created B.B. Bluesburg together. 2016 is where I'm at now. I retired from teaching a year ago, started Act 3 with another professional, and we are doing all kinds of illustration, media, video production, and whatever is cool for cool people. So, thank you.